Hey guys, I'm quickly going to go over how we took a large risk reward trade, a trade that hit target of 1 to 16, and I'm actually going to show you how to do this in this video. So firstly, how we start at Athena is we always start with the daily and we look for clear turning points, and what I mean by that is an area that price has wicked on and moved away quite sharply. So if we look overall at those, this would be one of those levels. Why? Multiple wicks here moved away quite sharply. This would be an area for us. Also, wick tip moved away pretty sharply. Quite an important move away as well. Those are how we choose our areas. Same as this sort of zone in here. Price has wicked it and moved away quite sharply. Now, it has to be crystal clear in regards to this. Not much to the left, as you can see. That's what we use as our turning points. And I'm going to show you now how we hit a 1 to 16 trade on AUDUSD. This trade was also given out in an analysis group, so we have guys that are currently still running this trade at the moment, but I'm going to explain in detail how we do it. So firstly, let's look off, we took the trade in this area here, but we know after the price dropped below this zone here, some people will be waiting for sort of head and shoulders pattern, some people waiting for a QM. Now, it's the same sort of thing, just slight variances on it, but we'd be waiting for a pullback to this daily zone here. If we drop down the time frames, which we did, we'd be looking for changes in market structure. Now, as we know, we can see now that we've started this change of trend. As we can see here, we hit this daily zone and now we've started to drop below. As you can clearly see, downward momentum now. Drop below our daily level zone here as well, which people would be waiting for the QM trade. Now, when we're looking at the 4 hour, we need to look at most recent turning points in regards to the 4 hour. Now, when we drop below this major daily zone here, we had this little turning point here on the 4 hour. Why is this significant? Well, I'll tell you why. It's a new low after the change of trend, but when price has wicked this zone, it's moved away very, very sharply. This always tells me personally that this is an important price level. What makes it even more important is the fact that it matches up with a daily zone as well. So we have a daily zone tied in with a 4 hour zone now, right? But when we've dropped below and pulled back and started to get rejections, there's nothing really crystal clear there. So I like to drop down to the lower time frames again, for the likes of your 2 hour and your 1 hour. Now, on your 2 hour, you could have took this on the 2 hour. Why? Again, I like to tie in multiple confluences, and it's a thing that I like to do where if we look on the 2 hour here, we then have a little zone on the 2 hour within the 4 hour zone, and with it tying in with our daily zone as well, that forms another break and retest. Now, as you can see here, it's come up, started to reject, and formed an engulfing candle. Now, the engulfing candle signified that the sellers, after this price, have taken over control of the market at the moment. Why? Because we have multiple rejections, a change of trend, and multiple rejections of multiple zones on multiple time frames. Now, we didn't take this trade in this zone, in this time frame, simply because we dropped down to the 1 hour when we're looking for different market structure. So again, on the 4 hour, this is how it was looking overall. We have our daily level here that it's dropped below and it's now starting to pull back. We then had our 4 hour level, breaking retest level, and then our 2 hour. And as you know, our 2 hour and our 1 hour sort of matched in the exact same together as we pull across. But when we did pull across, we pulled up and we started to get this beautiful rejection candle here. This hanging man candle here, which hanging man, hammer candle, whatever you want to call it. And when we pull back to this zone here, we start to get this candle rejection, which is very nice. But how do we stack that in our favour? Now, we have those multiple zone rejections there off the daily level as well. But in this 1 hour, we have a little FTR zone in this area as well that it starts to wick and reject. Now, this has given me multiple confluences at this point that I'm looking for a sell position. Now, with us, our entry is as soon as this candle here closes, this one here, as soon as that closes there, and we like to stop just above the wick. Why? After years of back testing, we find that this works with with everything else stacked in place. But we're looking for target levels. How do we choose those? Now, how do we choose our target levels? If we move back, as we know, we're looking for clear turning points, right? So when we zoom, we go to our higher time frames, we have the clear change of structure here, and now we know as well that this is a daily zone, so we look for potential daily moves, daily zones for target levels. Now, if we zoom in here, A most recent turning point on the way down, technically on the way up for this one, was here. Why? Touched this price level here and moved away really, really sharply, right? So that would be the first one, and what you'll find is that will tie in with the 4-hour zone as well. Now, if we drop back down to the 4-hour zone as well now, that first target on your 4-hour was just under 1 to, what me that, 1 to 6. Now, again, looking at our entry, if we move back to that zone there, nice little entry, actually, entry just in that position, stop just above the wick, bottom of the zone, just under 1 to 6. Now, if we go back to the 4-hour, we're then looking at structure. Why do we look at this? Because if we look on the 4-hour, we have clear upwards momentum in these directions here. Now, we had this clear upwards momentum on the drive up. Here, it's now started to change trend. Clear turning points here. What we're looking for is when we come back down to these zones, we can either take profit here or look at the overall daily. Now, on the daily, we know we'd be waiting for a change of trend. And where did the clear turning point start? This area. So I'd be looking at taking it towards this area as a sell. But on the 4-hour, we need to look for different zones to actually pick out. Now, we can notice here we have multiple zones for targets here on FTRs. Why? Because this is where a lot of orders are coming into the market on these zones here. So we like to put those in as well. So if you actually tie those in overall, here, there, what made this go just as much as well is because we have this huge, if we look here, when we had this huge bullish move, it created this sort of gap here in the middle with nothing really structure-wise to the left apart from our turning points that price is going to struggle with. Now, as you can see, it struggled with it quite a lot in here, but if we actually carry to our overall levels, we are now there at our overall target, just under 1 to 13. We got 1 to 16 out of this trade, and so did a couple of the guys because stops was a little bit shorter. But this is how you're getting your overall big risk reward trades. In regards to this, when you're managing these trades, once you move past these levels, move your stop loss into profit and then continue the trade running. That's the benefit of running your trades and letting trades run. Move your stop into profit and let the trades run. We now know with market structure what we're aiming for. So overall, this will be our overall target in these sort of zones here. But that's exactly what you're looking for in regards to getting big risk reward trades. There's no need, if you've studied your entry points, to have stops above here like some people do. It's a waste of time. You should know your setup inside out and know when to put your stop for the maximum effect. All right, so that's exactly what you're wanting to do. Back in these levels, we had stop just above. So if we go back into our area here, there, stop just above the wick, which gave it just under 1 to 16. And that's basically how you're picking out your trades. All those multiple confluences together, tied in with your higher time frame targets. I hope that's helped, guys.